केल्या खातीर म्हाका जरा लाज वाटता सर. But thank you, Mataji. Thank you for that introduction. And Sandhya Mataji must like sing केलं तुम्ही कीर्तन. Thank you again. And आज महाशिवरात्री असा आणि I thank Bhagavat Purana Konkani faculty members and Murlidhar Charan Prabhu for this opportunity. Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto 13th chapter 16th verse says Nimna Ganam Yatha Ganga Devanam Achyuto Yatha Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu Puranarko. I can't recollect the last line. 1 second, let me complete it.
Purana
Purananam idam tatha. So Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. I'm deeply honored and privileged. आणि हा एक रिक्वेस्ट करता सगळ्यां मुखार की आजचे जे क्लास आसा इट्स लिटल इसोटेरिक. इफ आय से इट इन मुंबई स्लँग थोडा हाय फंडू. सो आय हॅव जस्ट वन रिक्वेस्ट. हे खंयचे टॉपिक्स आसात जरा हाय लेवलचे आसा. सो हे एक्सप्लेन करच्याक हांव इंग्लिश आनी हिंदी जरा चड यूज करतलो. सो प्लीज bear with me. If there are any doubts, you can of course ask me in Konkani. That's okay. But hey, explain करू जाय तर म्हाका I'll have to use a little bit of English and Hindi. I'm sorry for that, but I'll try my best. तुमगे सगळ्यांचे prayers आणि blessings सांगात. I'll start my class. So yeah, first of all, it's an honor कि Lord Shiva's Lord Vishnu. We are going to discuss about him today on Mahashivratri. So thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to speak some words about Lord Krishna and the gopis and the exchange. So मेगल भाव 3 वर्ष झाले तो कॅनडा गेलो मुखार शिकच्याक आणि जॉब खातीर आणि सगळं. सो हांव ताका विचारलो की वाय कॅनडा, वाय कॅनडा, वाय हॅव चोजन कॅनडा. आता ऐकला की मस्त छान असा लाईफस्टाईल चंद असा, वर्क लाईफ बॅलन्स चंद असा. थंय लोक लायक आसा ती. बट हॅव यू बीन टू कॅनडा? ना ऐकला. ओके. आम्ही केन्ना भायर वचच्या ट्रिप आनी प्लॅन करतात. We go abroad, we travel within India. The first thing that attracts us is ऐकलं आहे मस्त छान असं. This place, whatever it is, wherever we are going, we've heard, ऐसा सुना है कि बहुत अच्छा है ये जगह. So that is the power of hearing. Even चलो आज YouTube असा, videos असा, I mean videos, photos पळोवचे जाता, that's fine. But if there's something that attracts you to a place, to a person, it's through the medium of hearing. And that is the topic for today, love born of simplicity and hearing. So Srimad Bhagavatam is, I mean, at least the first canto, it is adept with many verses that describe the power of hearing. It starts with yasyam vaishruyamanayam krishne parama purushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsam shoka moha bhayapaha. Yasyam vaishruyamanayam. The moment you hear about Krishna, about the glories of Krishna, about the gunas, the glories, and the activities of Krishna, bhaktir utpadyate pumsam, and what happens? Lamentation, shoka, moha, illusion, and bhaya, fear. Lamentation, illusion, and fear. All these three vanquish just because of hearing the glories, activities of the Lord. And it goes on further to say, Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastoya Abhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrat Satam. हृदय में जो भी अभद्र चीजें हैं, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मद मत्सर आदि, ये सब धुल जाते हैं। विधुनोति सुहृत् सताम तदा रजस्तमो भावो काम लोभादयश्च ये चेत एतैरनाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसिद्धति भिद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिश्छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशय क्षीयन्ति चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे। भिद्यते हृदय ग्रंथि, जो भी हृदय में देर आर हार्ड नॉट्स ऑफ अटैचमेंट, अटैचमेंट टू मैटर, अटैचमेंट टू टेम्पररी relationships of this world, attachment to temporary power, position of this world. They are hard knots that have been created in our heart. Bhidyate hridaya granthis. All these knots are cut off. Chidyante sarva samshaya. Sare samshay chid jate hain. With the swords of knowledge, all these knots, all the samshaya, all the doubts are cut off. Shyanti chasya karmani drishta evat manishware. And what happens? You start looking drishta eva atmanishware, inside of yourself. You start feeling the presence of Krishna, of course in the Paramatma form, but yes, this happens just because of hearing about the Lord. So today's discussion is a little it's a mix of sweet, spicy, and and a lot of fun. I enjoyed preparing for this lecture, I must tell you. आणि हांव एक शेअर करता, म्हाका एक म्हगेले काउन्सिलर म्हाका विचारलो की तू वृंदावन येता म्हगेलो तू. I said आत्ता कुंभ मेला वचून आयला आता. I just आणि काही वृंदावन आणि okay, let's see next time. But I honestly, I'm telling you, while preparing for this class, I genuinely felt I should call up my counselor and tell him, Prabhu, हाँ येता तुम्ही लोग, हाँ येऊ की I'll book Tatkal tickets and I'll just rush. I want to come to Vrindavan this time, please. So this is one more reason to thank Bhagavat Purana Konkani for giving me this opportunity, and why you will see this as the class progresses. So here we are. There is Uddhav. He is with Lord Krishna in Mathura. And so Lord Krishna is in Mathura, Uddhav is with him, and they are with Devaki and Vasudeva. Where? In Mathura. And Lord Krishna knows heart of hearts that my gopis, Radharani, uh, are missing me a lot. They are in deep separation with me, and they are missing my presence. So I have to do something something for them. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. As the way you approach the Lord reciprocates back in the same manner. So he knows for a fact that they are missing me, and I have to send a message to them. He tells Uddhav that go as my messenger. I have a message that I have to convey to the Brajavasis, the gopis, uh, Nanda Baba, and Yashoda Maya. Go and, sorry, not Nanda Baba, Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Baba is Krishna himself, Nanda Maharaj. So go as a messenger. And Uddhav says, okay, fine. I just have to deliver a message. That's fine. Not a big deal. And who is Uddhav? He is the direct disciple of Brihaspati. He is a batchmate of Krishna and his cousin. Well, Krishna Mamal Put. So he's his cousin. He says, okay, fine. There's just this message to be delivered. Bring it on. I'll do it. So as he approaches Vrindavan, he sees beautiful forests, mountains. They're all lush green, and there are kids playing here and there. There are cows, all these white cows, all lactating cows. And he said, wow, what a place. The very aura of this place is mesmerizing. He said, this is a magical place for real. And he enters Vrindavan, goes to the residence of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And they very, very nicely welcome him. Says, wow, Krishna has sent a message. He still remembers us. Wow, please come. And they welcome him very nicely. They welcome Uddhav. and they start asking him questions. See, these are the very normal questions. How I mean, how can a बाहेर थांबून येता like after a long trip? लम्मा मग असं कशी आशिल्ले थंय जेवच्याक कसले आशिल्ले खंय खंय वचून आयलो कोणाक मेळ्ळो प्लीज नॉट नाव लेट मी एटलीस्ट टेक रेस्ट ओके बट थोडे थोडे कल तरी सांग एटलीस्ट इन कुछ तो बोल दे I have to tell something, you know. So it sounded very familiar. And does what does Krishna eat? Does he still remember us? Does he still remember the cowherd girls, the cows? वो जैसे गाय चराते थे वो सब उनको याद है या अभी वो बहुत बड़े हो गए एंड जरा बताइए कृष्ण क्या कौन जरा प्लीज प्लीज जस्ट टेल मी सो उद्धव had a message to deliver and he said आपने तो श्लोक सुना होगा कौन सा श्लोक वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं यज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान इति शब्दते ओके तो ये श्लोक कहता है कि देयर आर थ्री फॉर्म्स इन विच द लॉर्ड कैन बी वर्शिप्ड ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति एंड भगवान इति शब्दते ब्रह्म the Brahman effulgence is the light of the Lord. Paramatma is the Lord within, and Bhagwan is the personal form of the Lord. And you know this Krishna who you're talking about, he is all three of them. And in fact, not even all three, he is Bhagwan personified. Okay, this is what Uddhav says. That okay, fair, ठीक है समझ गए आगे ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते he is the complete whole everything emanates from him everything lies within him and all living beings uh, he is within all the living beings he is within all living beings and all living beings are within the supreme lord the complete whole and he is the complete whole in himself okay ये भी समझ गए next ईश्वरः परमा कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिर आदिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम he is the cause of all causes the primeval lord ishvara parama krishna the supreme personality of godhead is the krishna that you're talking about do you have any idea okay ये भी समझ गए next सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदवित् एव चाहम् He is the original writer of the Vedas. With him comes intelligence, forgetfulness, and remembrance. And the goal of Vedas and Vedanta is to worship the Supreme Lord, to know the Supreme Lord, and nothing else. ओके हाँ एक्चुअली गर्ग मुनि कह रहे थे वो कोई नॉर्मल इंसान तो है नहीं ही इज आई हैव अ फीलिंग यू नो ही इज सम डेमी who's come in the form of a human being because Krishna, when he was a kid, now this explanation Nanda Maharaj is giving Uddhav, when he was a kid, you know, Arishtasur, Dhenukasur, Alambasur, तृणावर्त आदि कितने बकासुर ऐसे कितने दानवों को उन्होंने मारा था एंड आपको पता है एक छोटी सी उंगली पे गोवर्धन पर्वत उठाया था 7 दिन के लिए तो वो कोई विशेष तो होंगे said Vishesh, I just give you a complete description about who he is. He is the Supreme Lord himself. अच्छा Supreme Lord? Okay, okay, वो सब छोड़ो कृष्ण ने खाना खाया क्या did he have food like is he eating food timely and he thought यार this is just सब कुछ तो पता he if he wants to eat something he just have to think about it कि come in front of him और ये लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि कृष्ण ने खाना खाया या तो हाँ हाँ कृष्ण ने खाना खाया कृष्ण बहुत अपना ख्याल रखते हैं वो बड़े खुश हैं अच्छा बड़े खुश हैं क्या वो कुछ आने की बात करते हैं क्या वृंदावन कभी उनको मन करता है वृंदावन आना हमसे मिलना और वो सब गोपियों के साथ जो खेल खेलते थे, गौवे चराते थे, उनको कभी याद आता है? मैं वापस, इतना सब डिस्क्रिप्शन मैंने दिया, उनकी महानता, उनकी चर्चा मैंने की, एंड वी आर बैक हियर. He's in a fix. He doesn't know how to react. He says, okay, हाँ, उनको कभी कभी तो मन करता है, but he's the supreme lord, and this is the message that he's given, that the path that you all are practicing, you all are in full remembrance of the supreme lord, and this is the path, that is the path of perfection for any living entity, for any human, and you all are on the right path. But हमारा ठीक है, but Krishna is okay, like he's fine, everything all good with him, he's happy. uh, Uddhav at this stage had to give up. हाँ ठीक है, uh, he's happy. And as he was dealing with Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, episode 2 was to come up. The gopis, गोपियां जब बाहर थे सब, देखिए कह रहे एक रथ आया हुआ है, there's a huge chariot, this has to be from Mathura. So they just peep in and see, oh, है हाँ, मनुष्य कृष्ण मर के दिसते सर. He has a श्याम वर्ण, हाथ लंबे हैं. So Uddhav is a liberated soul. He's a liberated being, and he has attained Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya means he has a form which is very similar to Krishna. So there are five types of mukti: Sayujya Mukti, Salokya Mukti, Sarupya, Sarishti, and Samipya. These are five types of mukti, among which Uddhav was liberated, where he was a liberated being in the sense that he had a form very much similar to Lord Krishna. So he said, "Hey, he's a messenger from sent by Lord Krishna. Wow. Does he have any message for us?" I said, "Yes, he does have a message for you." Okay, not now. You come with us. Let's meet privately. So all these gopis, they take him to a private place and say, we don't want to embarrass ourselves in front of others, because हम जो सवाल पूछेंगे वो शायद लोग सोचेंगे क्या क्या पागल औरतें हैं ये, तो we don't want to embarrass ourselves. Come, let's meet in private. ठीक है. Again the same questions. How is Krishna? you know हमें इनफैक्ट कृष्ण के बारे में बात ही नहीं करनी. कृष्ण इज वेरी हार्ड हार्टेड, वेरी, ही इज द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन हु इज जस्ट यूज एंड थ्रो. हमारे साथ काम हो गया, बस हमें भूल गए, अब चले गए मथुरा. अब मथुरा में गुलछर्रे उड़ाते रहेंगे, वहां की शहर की लड़कियां बहुत अच्छी लगती रहेंगी उनको, तो हमें तो भूल ही जाएंगे ऑफ कोर्स. ठीक है. इनफैक्ट गलती हमारी है जो हम कृष्ण से मित्रता कर बैठे. इट इज आवर मिस्टेक. सो इनफैक्ट यू नो व्हाट, वी डोंट वांट टू नो एनीथिंग अबाउट कृष्ण. एंड द नेक्स्ट मोमेंट दे से, बट कृष्णा इज हैप्पी वेर ही इज, लाइक डज ही मिस अस? उन्हें कभी याद आती है हमारी? उन्हें ऐसा लगता है कि वो वृंदावन की क्या गोपियां थी, क्या रासलीला रचता, ऐसा कभी बात करते हैं वो? अगर हमें कल आग लग गया, हमारे शरीर को आग लग गया, क्या वो बुझाने आएंगे? एंड हियर उद्धव सिटिंग, क्या चल क्या रहा है इधर? आई मीन, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? इट सेड संसार दावान ललीढ़ लोका तृणाय कारुण्य गनागनात्वम प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणानवस्य वंदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंदम. In this material world, the threefold miseries, engulfed in the threefold miseries, there is a davanal, a forest fire that's being created. And every living entity practically is stuck in this forest fire. And like a forest fire, there is no cause why it began, from where it began, what is the starting point, and why is it that nobody knows? It's there. A rejection, a failure, somebody comes and scolds you, a mistake you do. Nobody does it intentionally, but you have to face consequences. And इसी के चलते everybody is in a forest fire of our own. And what comes as a solace, as a panacea to all these problems is Harinam. In this age of Kali, Harinam Sankirtan is the panacea for all these problems. So यहाँ जहाँ एक तरफ there is a forest fire in the material world, there is another forest fire there in the gopis. This strong separation that they're facing from Krishna. They're engulfed in this forest fire, just waiting to be showered with the raindrops of Krishna's presence. That is all they are waiting for. They are burning, their bodies are burning due to separation. So they ask Uddhav that if our bodies are burning, will Krishna come to save us? Does he even remember us? Just then, there is Radharani and there is a small bumblebee. Uh, uh, this is in the 10th canto. This whole episode is called a Bhramar Geet, where Radharani speaks to this bumblebee, and this interaction with the bumblebee is so sweet, I tell you. So this bumblebee has uh, it has two nostrils, kind of, yeah, nostrils which are red, yeah, which are red in color. So Radharani taunts this bumblebee. Oh, so you've come here to tease me? What do you think? I'll be affected? You have got this red color because you've been smeared by the kumkum on the garland of Krishna. You've been smeared by the kumkum on the garland of Krishna, which is prepared by some city girl back in Mathura. Who is this girl who has prepared a garland for my Krishna? And you think just because, oh, there is this kumkum, you can make me feel jealous? Yeah, there is somebody else there waiting for Krishna, or I'll become jealous, I'll feel insecure. You think I'll become like that? No, no, I don't care. In fact, I don't even want to look at you. I'm least bothered. Who is this Krishna and what? I'm not bothered. In fact, don't even come close to me. Don't come close to me, and don't try to lure me, saying, "Oh, I have a message." What message do you have? I don't want to listen to any message. In the form of talking to this bumblebee, she was indirectly pointing out to Uddhav, who had come as a messenger. And in a span of, I mean, for just a couple of seconds, this bumblebee disappeared from her vision. He said, "Hey, where is this bumblebee gone?" आई सॉरी मैंने जो बोला ठीक है यार मैं ओके ओके फाइन मैं नहीं बोलूंगी बुरा कृष्ण के बारे में ओके 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 सॉरी 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 आई वोंट स्पीक एनीथिंग इल अबाउट कृष्णा आई वोंट स्पीक ओके फाइन बुरा मत मान यार ये सब बातों का एंड जस्ट इन अ स्पैन ऑफ 2 seconds that bumblebee comes back said okay fine now tell me I want to meet Krishna. I want to meet Krishna. I want to know about Krishna. I want to know about his activities, what he's doing. And witnessing all this, Uddhav, he just couldn't make sense of. And this is explained by our acharyas that this is an expression of Mahabhav, which is way above prema. Uh, this expression is, it's, even I was, while reading these pastimes, first I felt bad for the gopis. यार इतना किसी को नहीं तड़पाना चाहिए कृष्ण जाना चाहिए था नहीं तो इतना किसी को तड़पाए फिर मुझे बुरा अपने आप के लिए लग रहा था कि इवन आफ्टर रीडिंग दिस इवन आफ्टर नोइंग द ट्रूथ इवन आफ्टर hearing this multiple times from our acharyas from our gurus I don't have a tint of the qualities that are being portrayed by Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So witnessing all this, Uddhav is spellbound. He goes bonkers, and again he tells the gopis, "You know who your lord is." Again, repeat all the verses that he told Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत्वेदवितेव चाहम्. And you know what? You gopis have attained everything. There is nothing more to be attained in this human form of life. It is the supreme perfection of all activities. This also त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरेर् भजन्न पक्वो तपते ततो यदि यत्र क्व वा भद्रम अभूदमुस्य किम कोवार्थ आप्तो अभजताम स्वधर्मतः. Even if one gives up all his activities and just surrenders unto the will of Krishna, unto the will of the Lord, and does a nirantar bhajan, his life is successful. There is, even if he gives up all duties of varnashram or all worldly duties, his life is perfect if he surrenders unto the Lord with with all his heart and mind and activities. So he said, y'all are just complete. There is nothing more to be achieved. You have no idea how perfect you are. Jnanis and yogis aspire. They practice tapasya. They control their mind, their senses. They get into different yogic postures just for one result. That is the complete undeterred remembrance of the Lord. And that is exactly what you're displaying. Do you even know what you people are displaying? सर हमारी बात छोड़ो यार, आप ये बताओ कि कृष्ण इज, आई मीन, डज ही स्टिल रिमेम्बर अस? उनको ऐसा कभी लगता है कि मैं एक बार वापस एक बार रासलीला में नाचूं? जो हमारे साथ एकांतिक वार्तालाप करते थे, यूज्ड टू टॉक टू अस पर्सनली, डज ही रिमेम्बर ऑल दैट? Yeah, Uddhav is holding his head. Oh, Krishna, how do I tell them? I mean, uh, the yogis and jnanis, they aspire for this position, and here they are, maje maje mein uh, they are displaying the highest form of perfection. So one of the gopis says, yeah, yeah, तुम जो बोल रहे हो ना कि तुम्हारा भगवान, तुम्हारा कृष्ण जो है भगवान है, सुना है ये सब बातें हमने भी. हमारी जो एक पौर्णमासी करके थी, हमारी दादी, वो भी बताती थी कि पिछले जन्म में कुछ भगवान रामचंद्र जी या कुछ तो थे वो. ये देखो, अब रामचंद्र जी जो थे क्षत्रिय थे, बराबर. तो क्षत्रिय हैज टू किल हिज अपोनेंट सामने से. अब वाली को छुप के मारा उन्होंने. है ये कोई क्षत्रिय हो क्या? और सीता से इतना आकर्षित हुए. मतलब हर युग में, हर अवतार में, हर इसमें थोड़ा ढीले ही रहे हैं हर बार. और अभी भी देखो एक, और फिर वो भंवरे को वापस चिल्लाती है, तुम ना कृष्ण के साथ रह रहे के कृष्ण तुम्हारे जैसे बन गया है. वो देखो, मतलब आई एम सॉरी, तुम कृष्ण के साथ रह रहे कि तुम्हारी भी आदत कृष्ण जैसी हो गई है. कृष्ण का कैसा है, हमारे साथ काम हो गया उनका. भंवरे ने इस फूल से अमृत चुरा लिया, हो गया उनका काम, बस. फिर आगे चले गए, फिर हम आपके हैं कौन, बस भूल गए हमें. ये कृष्ण है ही ऐसा. तो इसके बारे में जितना कम बात करे वही अच्छा है. हमें तो लगता है किसी ने भी कृष्ण के बारे में ना बात करनी चाहिए, ना उसका स्मरण करना चाहिए, ना उसकी लीलाओं की चर्चा करनी चाहिए. किसी को नहीं. इट्स नॉट वर्थ एनीबॉडीज टाइम. दे डोंट हैव टू. फिर 2 सेकंड बाद वही, वैसे कृष्ण तो है ना खुश. तो उद्धव एट दैट मोमेंट ही फील्स that though I have though I have attained Sarupya Mukti, I am nothing in front of these people, in front of these gopis, and I cannot even aspire to become like them. The only benediction, if I have to ask for a prayer, he says a prayer then, that if I have to ask for a prayer, if I have to ask for something, I can only aspire to become a creeper or a bush or grass in Braj, so that I'm trampled upon again and again by all these gopis till the end of existence. I just want to be a creeper or a grass in Vrindavan. Please, O Lord, please grant me this benediction so that I can have the dust of the lotus feet of these gopis of yours. So imagine somebody who has seen liberation, जो भी योगिक प्रोसेस है, अष्टांग योग के प्रैक्टिशनर्स हैं, their highest goal is to attain liberation, mukti. And someone who's already liberated is asking to become a grass or a bush or a creeper in Vrindavan. So we can just एक अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि वृंदावन Vrindavan is something that's beyond conception, just that's beyond our comprehension. And it can only be attained by us by the mercy of Guru and Krishna himself. Uddhav ji spends some more time in Vrindavan, and when he's after spending around 2-3 months in Vrindavan, he now decides that it's time to go back. He takes permission of Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maiya, and all the gopis, and they bid him a good farewell. And while going back, with tears in their eyes, they ask for a benediction for a boon, like Vardhan from Uddhav. Says, we need a benediction, the Vardhan from you. We need you please make a promise to us. I said, what promise? What do you ask for? Ask. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा नुश्रितस्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. All we ask for is till the end of our existence, with our mind, with our actions, with our senses, with our words, with everything, just one thing in mind, just one activity that we want to perform is service to the Lord. Think about the Lord, speak the glories of the Lord, and let our mind not be occupied with anything else. But only this much, nothing else. I mean, if Uddhav was not blown apart until now, this was just the finishing touches. With all this in his heart, in fact, Krishna wanted to teach Uddhav that all the Vedas that you studied, all you think you're a Pandit and all this, a learned scholar, there is much more to learn when you go to Vrindavan. Because though we may feel, oh yes, uh, uh, love, bhakti is very simple. Bhakti is simplicity. It's very simple, it's very at times it's accused that bhakti is just sentimentalism. It's very simple. But to follow the simple is the most difficult thing. Even now, I can relate why I can relate very closely to this. In the world of fitness, कोने तुम क्यों विचार लगी, how do I be fit, or how do I lose weight? Just two things: control your diet and exercise regularly. These are just two simple things you have to keep in mind. But no, a ketogenic diet, a calorie deficit, a high protein diet, a low carb diet, um, intermittent fasting. Oh, wow. Really? Do you have a fitness plan for me? Yes. Only for rupees 9,999. We have a special summer offer, which is only for 4,999. Wow, really? I'm up for it. Just make things a little more complicated and it sells. If I tell you, wear your shoes, run every day, cut out on all those unhealthy stuff. ये तो ठीक है, ये तो मैं कर लूंगा. But I want something little more, intermittent fasting. थोड़ा should sound heavy. So love out of simplicity and hearing, which was the topic for today. The gopis, Srimati Radharani and Uddhav have just displayed to us that though it is simple, it is not easy. It needs two things. This again comes in the Damodar Leela, the Ukhal Bandhan Leela, that to attain the love of God is two things. One is our own efforts, and second is the mercy of the Lord. And as I conclude my talk today, I just have one prayer that in the same way as Uddhavji pleads or requests just to be a creeper or a bush or a grass in Vrindavan. Of course, I am nowhere close to that. Uh, Somebody who knows me uh, will definitely be witness to the fact that I'm nowhere close to even aspiring for something like that. But even if I can serve, even if I can try to serve any devotee who has such aspirations in mind, or who wants to serve such a devotee, like to be a servant of a servant of a servant who aspires to be such a devotee, my life, I think, will be more than successful. And I request all you devotees sincere prayers so that my aspirations can be fulfilled in this lifetime. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry again I couldn't speak in Konkani. मागील जे फिलिंग्स आसात जे जे भाव असा एक्सप्लेन करचे ते जरा हिंदी आणि इंग्लिश तर जास्त समय येतं. पण आय एम रिअली सॉरी आय कुडंट स्पीक इन कोंकणी बट थँक यू अगेन